Hello everyone, I am Mr. Sagar D. Bhopale, working as an assistant professor in Department of ENTC of AISSMS IOIT Pune. In this video, I am going to tell you something about types of events in probability theory. So what is an event? Definition is, it is the favorable outcome of the sample space. For example, consider an experiment of throwing a six-sided die. Then sample space will be all the possible outcomes. That is, S will include 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these are the possible outcomes when we throw a die. Then if an event A is getting a number greater than 4, then the favorable cases out of this sample space are 5 and 6. Therefore, an event will contain the numbers 5 and 6. That means it is the favorable outcome of the sample space. There are different types of events. First type of event is null event. So it is defined as it is an event which can never occur, and this type of event is called as null event. For example, consider an experiment of throwing a six-sided die. Then sample space will include the numbers between 1 to 6. And if we are expecting an event of getting number greater than 6, then this will never happen, because in the experiment of throwing a die, we will get the numbers between 1 to 6 only, and it is not possible to get a number greater than 6. Therefore, this type of event is called as null event. Next type of event is certain event. So an event whose occurrence is inevitable when an experiment is performed. This type of event is called as certain event. For example, consider an experiment of throwing a six-sided die. Sample space will include the numbers between 1 to 6. And if an event A is getting a number between 1 to 6, then this event will certainly occur. That means every time we will get a number between 1 to 6, and it is a certain event. Therefore, it is called as certain event. Next type of event is equally likely events. So two or more events are said to be equally likely events if each one of them has equal chances of happening. For example, when a coin is tossed, the head is as likely to turn up as tail. Probability of getting head is equal to probability of getting tail. Therefore, hence H and T are equally likely events. Next type of events is mutually exclusive events. So two events are said to be mutually exclusive events when both cannot happen simultaneously. For example, when a coin is tossed, either head can be up or tail can be up, but both cannot be up at a time. Therefore, occurrence of one event will restrict the occurrence of another event. So that type of events are called as mutually exclusive events. That means if one event occurs, then other events will not occur. Such type of events are called as mutually exclusive events. These events are also called incompatible events. Next type of events is exhaustive event. So here outcomes are said to be exhaustive when they include all possible outcomes. For example, while rolling a die, the possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hence the exhaustive number of cases are 6. So this type of events are called as exhaustive events. Next type of event is independent event. So two or more events will be considered to be independent if the occurrence of an event does not affect the occurrence of the other. For example, if a coin is tossed twice, the result of the second throw is no way affected by the result of the first throw. Both are independent events. So the question of dependence and independence is relevant when experiment is performed more than once. So these type of events are called as independent events. That means both will not affect the occurrence of the other one. Next type of events are dependent events. So two or more events will be considered to be dependent if the occurrence of Occurrence or non-occurrence of an event affect the occurrence of the other event. For example, consider the event of drawing a card twice out of 52 cards without replacement. That means if we draw one card and in the next drawing, we will not replace that card and we will draw another card. So these events are dependent events because in the first case, we draw one card out of 52 cards, and in the second case, we draw one card out of 51 cards only because we have not replaced the first card which is drawn in the first draw. Thus, the outcome of the first event affects the outcome of the second event, and hence they are dependent events. For making this video, I have used these references. Thank you.